So I wanted to take this opportunity to set myself out of my own comfort zone, as well as also give a thank you to the community around us that is so great, this Tech Field Days community, the techie community, as well as everyone involved in Gestalt IT and Tech Field Days. So I want to start by introducing myself. My name is Kori Younger. As Tom said, maybe one of the youngest delegates, always the younger one. But so what I wanted to talk about is a little bit about how I came into getting involved in this community, and also how what everybody is doing here can benefit our future of technical enthusiasts and IT influencers and workers. So I am not a cybersecurity person by trade. I am not much by trade other than a webcaster, studier, and downright geek. So you can find me on Twitter at sdndaughter, at TotalPackets, or online at totalpackets.com to continue this conversation. But so when we're talking about cybersecurity, what's interesting to me is that being the youngest delegate, I do have a very different understanding of what threats are. So to me, threats aren't anything new. I don't think they're anything new to anyone else. However, I also see this expanding ability for threats. And people my age, we're curious. We sometimes get bored, and we want to figure out the best way to hack into anything possible. So I wanted to start with a Nicolas Cage reference. If you've seen National Treasure, maybe I'm the only one who was not rooting for Nicolas Cage in the beginning. I was like, no way this guy is going to steal the Declaration of Independence. That simply isn't possible. So something that I want to talk about is all of our smart devices. We talked a little bit about this week about endpoints, secure endpoints. We have different users connected on our networks, laptops, all of those things. But something that we're seeing more and more in the enterprise space and more in our homes is smart devices and things that are always listening. And as of now, this isn't a threat. However, at the beginning of National Treasure, neither was Nicolas Cage. So by 2020, according to Futurism magazine, we will have 4 devices for every human on Earth, and that is 24 billion devices. So for me, that sparks a lot of curiosity. How can these devices be exploited, and especially when they're sitting on a network? They don't have very strict security protocols, and we spoke earlier about they also have a very small actual threat layer. But as we're integrating more things with these smart devices, the possibility is endless. So everything to automating your data backup and recovery systems, to booking conference rooms in a hotel, I believe will soon be automated by the use of our smart devices like Alexas and Google Homes. So basically what I'm saying is don't knock it, because we didn't believe in Nick Cage, and I don't want to believe in Alexas. I don't want to believe in their ability to do the unimaginable, but it's out there, and it's something that we should be considering, especially with the growing number of breaches that we have. So in 2016, we had just over 1,000 reported breaches. And then in 2017, that number grew by over 44% to about 1,500 breaches. So people are getting creative, they're getting malicious, and we're only increasing the amount of things that present vulnerabilities. So one does not simply steal the Declaration of Independence, but no one thought that Nicolas Cage would steal the Declaration of Independence, and that's why he was able to do so. So now that I've talked that little bit, like I said, not a security specialist, but that is something that piques my interest, and also something that I would love to see more of the community talking about and actually analyzing, because it's kind of something we're just like, no, there's no way that that can happen. So one more thing that I actually don't have slides on, but I do want to talk about is the importance of educating the younger community. So like I said, and like Tom said, I'm one of the youngest delegates, and this has undoubtedly been the most beneficial thing to my education, is being able to be connected with this community. Obviously, not everybody has that opportunity, so my urge for all of you would be to speak at your local community colleges, speak at events, reach out to young people who are maybe interested in technology a little bit, reach out on the Twitters, give that person a follow back. We heard from Ethan Banks earlier, and he said don't ever be too big for the small guy, and definitely, like, I would not have the courage to speak, to webcast, to do any of this if it weren't for seeing how everyone around me has grown and given me that motivation to do the same thing. Because when I came into this field, there wasn't a lot of strong role models that I could look up to, and I didn't really know that this community existed. So my urge and my ask for everyone would be to pull everyone into this community. And I do not have a full 15 minutes, but my urge is to keep this conversation going. Think outside of the box. Don't think that just because something isn't happening today that it won't ever happen. Don't think that the Declaration of Independence will never get stolen, that Alexas will never be a risk, because quite frankly, we're lazy. We want to automate everything, and now we can talk to things and automate them. So I do see that going into the enterprise space, talking with young people my age who will be the business owners of tomorrow. And then also make sure that you guys continue to educate and empower young people like me coming into this field, because it is undoubtedly the best tool that you guys can pass along, and especially making sure that we're not doing stupid things like trusting our Alexas with everything and letting them be a risk. So everyone watching, please connect on totalpackets.com, SDN daughter, Kori@totalpackets.com. And if you have something that you want to educate the younger demographic on, please reach out to me. I am all about sharing all these different facets of technology that there are. So come on, speak with us, share your point of view, and you just may inspire the future leader of tomorrow, wherever they may be. So thank you.